get back on the gas. Come on, baby. That's it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hello, my name's Ray Collier, the driven engineer. Welcome to Lowton Park in Shropshire. And behind me, we have a sprint and hill climb car. If you would like to know more about how you can get into sprinting and also junior sprinting, please give the channel a like and a subscribe. First, what you need to do is join a club and decide which championship you want to race in. I would recommend the MG Car Club and the Speed Championship. It's a really inclusive club and a large spread of vehicles. If you're a junior, so that means you're 14 years to 17 years, you can drive a car like this one. This is an MG ZR, it's a 1.4 engine. The regulations have just changed and it's any vehicle up to 110 horsepower. But this suited us perfectly, and last year my son Lewis actually competed for the MG Car Club Speed Championship and won the Junior Championship with this car. I'd like to just run through a little bit of the modifications you need to make to the car. It's not difficult and it's not scary and it's not expensive. The car does, however, need to be MOT'd, taxed, insured and road legal. A lot of the modifications are very simple. We have a timing beam beacon. This breaks the timing line so that the clerk of the course and the timekeepers know when the vehicle starts and when it finishes its run, and that's recorded. These are very simple to make yourself and mount to the car. Also, you need to highlight your towing points. Inside the car, a number of other changes. We use magnetic stickers for ease. Now, if you're in a standard road car and you're over 18 years, you don't need to make any further modifications other than a few stickers. But juniors must have some safety equipment. This includes a racing seat and a 4-point harness. That is all the modifications you're allowed to make other than the front brake pad material. And the tyres need to be at least 1A, so you're not allowed racing tyres. So the other thing you need if you want to compete in the Junior Championship is a youth. So fortunately, we have one here. This is my son Lewis, and last year he was the MG Car Club Speed Championship novice, which means you get a really nice big trophy and your name is engraved on there somewhere. There we go. Forevermore. Etched in pewter, I guess. And this is our car. So we've got a large amount of racing cars in our family, and this is the only one without a name. It doesn't have a name, does it, Lewis? But it's an MG ZR 105 Plus. Obviously now a championship winning car, and it's had quite a lot of effort to maintain it and keep it suitable for motorsport. One thing you do need, which is mandatory when competing in sprints and hill climbs, is an approved crash helmet. These are not particularly expensive, a few £100s, and you also need some gloves. These need to be an FIA standard and approved gloves. You don't actually need a racing suit, but it is, in my opinion, worthwhile having a level of fire protection. I'd like to introduce some of the vehicles in the MG Car Club Speed Championship. It's quite an eclectic mix of different vehicles. They range from some of the pre-war vehicles to an MGA, modern MGF, modified MGF, MG Midget, MGB, and another MG ZR. This is in a higher class, so this vehicle is in the up to 2 litre, it's a 1.8, and we have another series of older vehicles. So any vehicle made by MG is eligible to compete in the MG Car Club Speed Championship. There's a number of different clubs, but as we said, this one's the most inclusive and one of the nicest paddocks. Everyone's very friendly and they've been very helpful, particularly with the juniors. Welcome to our onboard video from Lowton Park. I'm just getting myself ready. We're in Group 5 in the standard road going class. So I'm going to talk you through a live hill climb. You can hear the racing brakes. This is a standard road going car. As I mentioned, it's got the seats and the harnesses for safety because it's driven by a junior driver. But we are allowed uprated friction material, basically racing brake pads on the front. Anyway, we're just waiting to go. It's quite an eclectic mix of vehicles here. Because this car is being driven by 2 drivers, my son Lewis has driven it already, and now I'm driving. So he goes up in the batch before, and I now need to slot in. So I'm number 143, and I can see 142. And this is the exciting bit, really. I want really to explain and impress how easy it is to get into sprinting. The MSA are very, very helpful, especially for young drivers. Your first racing license is free if you're a junior. So if you're aged between 14 and I think it's the last year of your 17th birthday, you're classed as a junior. So that first racing license is an RS Interclub license, and it's free of charge. And there is no driving test. You don't need to pay for an ARDS course. And then in the terms of safety, you need to do 3 circuit sprints. You're not allowed to do a hill climb until you have successfully completed 3 sprints on a track. And what can happen, which is very nice, and this is what myself and Lewis do, because I'm an MSA race license holder, so if you've got a family member or a friend who has also got a racing license, they can sit in with you. So on your sighting lap, this is where when you come to a new track, the clerk of the course wants to be satisfied that you are competent as a driver and that you are in control of the vehicle. Your assigned person can sit in with you, and then in your your practice runs, they can again sit in with you. So you can have somebody there with you, giving you the confidence and helping you build your driving skills. And then once the clerk of the course has checked, watched you run up the hill or around the track, you can then carry on and you will be doing your time lapse alone. And this really is a very enjoyable way of sharing motorsport. Both of you can then use the same car, and Lewis has just done his run up the hill.
Lewis Collier comes through. Lewis also in the MGZR with learner plate. Don't think learner plates are necessary on a hill climb, but nice to know all the same.
He's done very well. He got an 83.96. He's come down from 92 seconds, so his first time run is actually his fastest of the day, which is very good. But if you didn't want to get into the motorsport side, actually the driving side, although it is not expensive, it is expensive, but it's not that expensive. Sprinting and hill climbing is probably the cheapest way in because you can use your road car. And an MGZR, like this one, can be purchased for probably around about £1,500 and modified quite cheaply to then be used for racing, and you can then use it as your daily car. So if you want to go and convince your mum why she needs an MGZR as her road car, feel free. And if you need any additional help, then point it to the channel and blame me. I've got a sturdy enough chin to take it. But I was just talking to the clerk of the course, a very lovely chap. He said we need youngsters in all areas of motorsport. It was a very impassioned plea. So you can become a cadet marshal, for example. So you can then be on the side of the track. You can be right up to the action. This obviously doesn't cost you anything other than travelling to your local circuit. We need people that help with the noise measuring equipment so that all the cars are not too noisy and we don't disturb the neighbours, because it's very important that motorsport is sustainable and we don't cause additional upset to residents of what is usually quite a nice secluded area. This track, for example, is in an old manor, and there's a large number of deers that run around. It's very picturesque, so it's very important that we don't negatively impact the environment with our enjoyment. And then also you can become trainee clerks, and you can become trainee officials, and throughout motorsport there's areas that everyone needs some help. Scrutineers, for example, these people have come and checked our car to make sure that it's completely safe. They make sure that obviously the safety equipment that we're wearing, our helmets, is correct and up to date, and they cast an eye over the car, so they've got check that there's no leaks, that the battery's secure, these sorts of things. They're invaluable, and these are all roles that we're very desperate for in motorsport, and especially within motorsport and cars in particular. It's an area of my passion, because these are not just modes of transport. Obviously myself and Lewis have been sharing this hobby now, so we've had a great time. We've been down to Goodwood. We've raced on the iconic Goodwood racing circuit, which was absolutely fabulous. And a number of these venues, Chelsea Walsh, they date back many, many, many years. And to have the opportunity to enjoy these different locations and drive a car on these different locations, it's very enjoyable. So I would recommend that. So it does feel a little bit like we do need more people to enjoy motor vehicles. They're almost becoming throwaway items, disposable things, a bit more like an iPhone in my opinion. And cars are not. They really bring memories. You're going to enjoy preparing the car. You're going to enjoy then the excitement, the build-up to coming to a race. And when you walk around the paddock, everybody's excited. Everyone wants to share the experience. Everyone's got a little story about why they didn't get their best lap time. And today we had a very silly first world problem in that the air conditioning drain was blocked. As I said, I got the air conditioning on because it's quite hot. I will turn it off because it saps power, but the drain was blocked and it splashed cold water all over my feet and the brake pedal, which was very unhelpful. So we fixed that, obviously, but I'm going to put that in my list of racing drivers' excuses. And it looks like I'm up next. So we have here the start for the tyre warming. With a front wheel drive car like this with road tyres, it's a little bit pointless. We've got no limited slip diff, so at most we might heat up one tyre. But it gets your head into the game a little bit. It gets you used to where the bite point is on the clutch. So I will just ever so slightly light the tyres. And these two lovely gentlemen here, one of them's got a chock, and he's going to put that behind the wheel for me. This guy's guiding me in to there. Thank you very much. I take my feet off everything. I'm in first gear. So I'm now chocked. Give me the thumbs up. I'm looking over there at the red light. So I'm going to get the bite point. I'm going to give it 3,500 RPM. Green light and go. So we're off. We're off at Lowton Park. Straight through to the red line in first gear. We've got the 50 metre board, the 25 metre board, and we're going to brake hard. Turn in, balance the car on the gas, pin the back axle down. We're only a little 1400, so we've not got much torque. I'm trying to carry as much speed as possible. I'm going to feather the throttle. I'm going to get back on the gas here. Dab of the brakes. Back on the gas. Push, 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 push. We've got a tight corner. 50, 25. Full ABS. That's enough. Chuck her in. Squeal, tyres. Squeal, squeal, squeal. Tyres love it. When tyres are happy, they squeal. And when they squeal, we smile. Little dab. Chuck her in. Come on, car. Push, 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 push. I need to keep them revs up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a long hill, this one. And we're going to clatter the limiter. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There. 100, 50, 25. Brakes. Oh, overcooked it. Come on, get on the gas. That was a bit too hot. I ran and scrubbed a bit of speed there. Dab over the crest, get back on the gas. Come on, baby. That's it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I've lost a bit of revs there, which hurt me, and I did over-brake into the corner, pushing too hard. There is the finish line. So we're over the finish line. Well done, little car. Let's have some aircon back on. And what did we get? 73.81. So not all bad at all. Whew. And that's what motorsport's about. Just getting out there, enjoying yourself, meeting like-minded people, putting on a good show for the spectators. But please don't be afraid to get involved in any area of motorsport. I assure you, you're going to absolutely enjoy yourself. And it might seem daunting. You don't know what it is that you need to do. You don't know how to do these things. But if you join a club, and there's multiple clubs throughout the country, everybody will be more than happy to help, especially if you're a young driver. Everyone's always happy to see new faces in the sport, and we need you. And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.